Haven't been streaming for a couple of weeks. Um, the last stream that I did was doing like a rock paper scissors game. We started building out like a GraphQL API. Rather than continue with that, I've decided I'd rather stream stuff that are kind of cool that I'm working on right now. So a little bit more meaningful in the stream. What I'm working on today, something I've been tweeting about for a couple days. It's a platform I'm building for people to kind of sign up and share different resources that have helped them learn to code. So you can share blog posts, you can share video tutorials, things like that. It's not a place to actually host your content. It's just a link to content that's like helped you. So sort of like a, I guess, content aggregator, if that's the right word. Not sure. Um, but what I'm doing right now is just working on the back end. And if you're interested in seeing like what I've set up so far, it is very similar to the thing that I've already been streaming. It's just right now it's a Node API built with GraphQL, Apollo server, and using MongoDB as the database. So if you're interested in that, you can check out the last two episodes of the stream, and they'll kind of get you up to where I am at this point if you want to sort of build your own type of thing similar to this. So this project is called projectc.dev. Eventually, I am going to be open sourcing it. I'd love to have people contribute to it. But for now, it's kind of just my thing that I'm building out until there's a first version that's good for release. I'm planning on making it a React app. I'm thinking about using Next.js on the front end. Haven't quite figured out what I want fully as of yet, but I know I can just build out the back end for now, since I've got all those specs ready. And I'll probably build a iOS and Android app with React Native and kind of go from there. So today, not going to be doing anything too crazy. So I've got some setup already here. Like I said, if you go into my last two streams, you can figure out how to do something similar. Um, this is just a really quick Apollo Server Express boilerplate with a little bit of Mongoose mixed in there to interact with my MongoDB database. I'm using um, MongoDB Atlas to host a cluster. It's just really quick and easy to have them host it rather than figuring out where I want to deploy it and things like that. So what I'm going to do right now is do a little bit of setup to help me write a little bit cleaner code. I'm going to probably for this episode, I'm going to set up ESLint on this, maybe ESLint, as well as like a Husky pre-commit just to make sure I'm always linting before I commit to my repo. And I think I might refactor this to actually use GraphQL files rather than JS files because because of a VS Code plugin, I'm getting some um, code highlighting, but I'm not even at the right thing here. I'm getting some code highlighting because of the VS Code plugin, but I think it'll look a little bit cleaner to have it as a GraphQL file. I've been going through this course on front-end masters, advanced GraphQL. I definitely recommend if you have a front-end masters subscription to go and take that course if you're interested in GraphQL. If you don't have a front-end master subscription, you should get one. It's not that pricey, and they have a lot of amazing content. So what I'm going to be eventually doing is rather than having JS files, I'll have like folders that have the GraphQL file for the schema, a JS file for resolvers, as well as the model JS file. Rather than having a separate model thing, I'll have like a user folder with everything in there. I'll have uh, content folder because you'll be sharing content, things like that. So I think that'll be a nicer way of structuring things. But for now, all I'm going to do is just put in a linter, do a Husky pre-commit, and maybe start a little bit on refactoring into GraphQL files. So first thing I want to do, head over to iTerm. So right now I'm on my master branch of my backend. I don't really want to be on my master branch. So let me see. Yeah, I got some older stuff in here. Whatever. So let's see. Let's create a new branch. Get branch. Oh, get checkout dash B, and we'll name this linting. We'll just name it linting for now. I'm not very good at naming branches. Um, if you're good at naming branches, you can teach me how to name branches. But yeah, so first things, I have ESLint CLI installed globally. If you don't, you can do like adding npm I ESLint CLI-g, something like that. But you can look that up. For me, I'm just going to do ESLint dash dash init, I think. Oops, something went wrong. ESLint. I don't think there's a space, right? There we go. All right. So how would you like to use ESLint? I'm going to check syntax, find problems, and enforce code style. Yep. I'm using import, export, JavaScript modules. I'm not using, this is a Node app. So I want it to run in Node. Let's use a popular style guide. Airbnb is super popular. Standard. I'll just go with standard for now. I like the standard one. How would you want your config file? Take it in JSON. And the style guide requires ESLint greater than 6.2. Yeah, sure. Upgrade for me. This is really cool. Do you want to install them now with npm? Sure. Really like that. I'm thinking about making a CLI as well. Since I built a couple of kind of boilerplate stuff to get set up with a GraphQL server with Mongoose, I think I'll probably create a CLI that kind of scaffolds one for you. Once I add a few things to it, refine it a little bit more, because the one I have right now is like super simple. So as we kind of add things to it, I'll figure out kind of what I want the boilerplate to look like, and we'll go from there. This is taking forever. Why? Come on. Come on, NPM. Do it faster. All right. So while that's happening, well, probably going to refactor some of this stuff too. Learn a cleaner way of kind of doing this. So right now I'm like my mutations and stuff when I'm adding passing arguments. Found out that you can use like an input type and like define all this stuff and then just kind of reuse that input. So that's really cool. Just learned that today from that front end masters course. Front end masters does not sponsor me in any way. I just love them a lot. Cool. It looks like this is done. Great. So ESLint, the JSON file was set up for me. I don't have to worry about that. It also installed all the stuff that I need, so I don't have to worry about that. Their CLI tool is awesome. Absolutely awesome. So let's see what's wrong with my code and start fixing this stuff. Is there nothing wrong? There's definitely something wrong. Let me Command Z. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Stuff that's wrong. So let's see. What's wrong here? Strings must be single quote. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. A quick way to actually like lint all your stuff, if you press Command P, there's this like ESLint fix all auto fixable problems. It'll fix everything it can. Sometimes you have to run it like twice. It's Command Shift B. Sorry. Okay. Cool. So what's this? GQL is declared but is never actually used. See, this is great. I can remove stuff I'm not using. Stuff I didn't realize before. I guess they don't like semicolons. I know there's a great debate on whether you should use semicolons or not, but this linter says we shouldn't. So we're going to follow this linter's rules. Pretty sure I can just auto fix those. Yep, great. No more linting errors on index file. Wonderful. I just saved it. What happened? What's going on? Huh. Command Shift P. Save. I think Prettier's doing something. Okay, let me disable Prettier. How do I disable Prettier? Is my Prettier file? I'm just like clicking random things. But yeah, my Prettier seems to be doing things that ESLint doesn't like. So let's go to Prettier. How do I spell Prettier? I can't spell Prettier. Let's disable you for now. Reload required, really? Come on. Fine. Can't you just like do it? Okay. So Prettier will no longer be messing with us. I hope. Where did my linting errors go? Apparently I'm not. Huh? These are all okay. They're here. I don't know. Maybe it's just something wrong with my computer. It's a little slow. I haven't restarted in quite a while. You should probably restart often. All right. So let me fix all these now. Great. Save. Great. Prettier didn't mess with me this time. It was Prettier. I had a feeling. Okay. We'll worry about Prettier later. Let's see what's wrong here. Also, a single quote thing. What's this? Redundant use of await and a return value. What's that about? Should I just not use await? It's an async function. I want to await the user, the list of users that we find. Maybe we don't. Redundant use of await. Let's look that up. This will be a learning experience. Let me bring over browser. What's the linting error? Redundant use of await and a return value. Let's see, redundant use of await, return value. What is this? Disallows unnecessary return await. Oh, okay. So I guess if it's like just returning a single thing, you don't need to await it. Because I kind of mess it. Here I need to await it because I'm doing like a bunch of stuff. But I guess okay, I learned something new today. Cool. And let's just fix everything else. Great. This has been linted. This is really good for like helping you write cleaner code. I could just like run an ESLint fix to just like go through the whole thing, but kind of want to understand like how we should be writing it a little bit. So again, this is just single quote thing. Great. I think everything's been linted. Let's save our files. Okay. Cool. Everything's been linted. Wonderful. Our code is like super clean now. So now what do I want to do? I want to add a Husky pre-commit. So basically, what I want to do whenever I commit my code, I want to make sure that ESLint has been run on all my files so that there's consistency in the way I'm writing all my code. So let's see how we can do this. So let me show you actually what I'm doing. So I have this little guide up. While I was going through and doing Hacktoberfest, I used this to set up ESLint and Husky on someone else's project. So it was really great. So I'm kind of using this again. It's from orangejellyfish.com. It's from their blog. Let's Husky npm. All right, so let's install Husky. We only need it as a dev dependency. That go and do its thing. Now, while that's saving, we can kind of go in here. Auto fixing. So yeah, this is what you're going to do to like link your whole thing. It'll go into your source. We don't have a components folder, it's just a source, so we can just do like ESLint source and then hit up all of our JS files and do this dash dash fix over here. So that's what we'll do. Let's add this to our package.json. JSON. I don't know why I said JSON. He's like this singer person. Where do I put this? My wife is in the background laughing at me. How can I not straight up copy and paste this? What's going on? I think I can. Okay, I don't need this part. Copy pasting, kids. It's fun. Okay. So my Husky pre-commit is there now. Then staged. We'll worry about that later. Let's just do the Husky pre-commit. Save. And just to make sure it works, I'm going to change this to double quotes. So get rid of the single quotes in there. Cool. Now I have a wonderful linting error. And let's try to commit this. Well, let's just make sure it runs first. Eventually, I'm going to set up like just for testing. But I think that's ooh, what's going on? It's not a string. Ooh, okay. So I'm going to ask everyone to look away. So I had recloned this from my GitHub repo, and I forgot to put in a .env file. So basically, if you go over here, you'll see mongoose.connect, process.environment, mongo URI. I don't have an environment file because I recloned this and I wasn't tracking my environment file. And you should never track your environment file. It's not a good thing to do. But I think for now we'll be fine. I haven't really, it worked before. Take my word for it. I'll add in the .env file when I'm off the stream and no one's looking at my MongoDB Atlas cluster password and access stuff. So go ahead and commit this. So let's do a git status. These are all the stuff we've modified. We'll do git add dot just to add everything, and git commit -m added ESLint and Husky pre-commit. Okay, it's running. Added ESLint. Did it work? Hold on. Hold on. Ooh, it fixed it for me. Nice. Let's do another git status. All right. Fixed a couple things for me. Git add. So since it fixed everything for me, I have to add everything again. Git add, git status. So everything's staged now. Linted. And we'll git push that. Right. So this is the first time I'm pushing to this specific branch. So I can just copy this over. Set the upstream for that. That way I can just always press git push and not do like git push origin, branch name, blah, blah, blah. And type like a whole bunch of nonsense. Great. So gives me this link I can head over to. And this is my branch. It has all my stuff on it. And I can create a pull request, merge it over to the master branch, which I'll do now. I'm going to leave a comment here. Why am I merging this? Added ESLint standard configure. I cannot spell configuration. Still can't spell. Also added Husky pre-commit to make sure that I do clean code. I also don't do grammar. It's fine. Wonderful. Yeah, no, I haven't set up any testing or continuous integration kind of stuff. That'll be a later date. Right now, we're just kind of getting things set up, making sure we write clean code. Wonderful. I reviewed and merged my own thing. You know that meme that has like Obama putting a medal on Obama? That's what I just did. Great. So that's today's episode. Short and quick. This is just how you can add some linting to your project, adding a Husky pre-commit to make sure you're always consistently writing the same type of code and committing the same type of code. It's important to be consistent. As humans, we're probably never consistent, so the computer just make it easier for us to be consistent. I tried to be deep. I don't know if that was deep, but yeah. Cool. Thank you for joining in. I will share this out on Twitter and LinkedIn and wherever else I share it. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe, share, do all that stuff to make me feel good about myself, you know. And yeah, thank you for joining in on another episode of Rahat Codes.